Axe, playing a lot of Rayman. But it looks like today they're on that Orion.
Yeah, on the line, it's going to be interesting. You, of course, have Lance and Spear, and then Blue going to be on the Koji. Just classic stuff, always Blue with the bow, so proficient. And we're going to just have to see how this pans out. They're just currently banning their stages, and we're about to get into it. It seems like they're going to be going to Apocalypse.
Taking a very close look at the past games of these players, it looks like to get to this point right now, Hunter took down Jesser, Chi Choco, the Yi guy, and Rico Del Pablo, which all are extremely good players. Hunter has definitely made a couple of upsets this tournament already.
It's been a good run thus far, but the question is Blue going to be the one to be able to stop it this time around? Hunter, right now, just patrolling the air. Blue is going to be the one that's occupying the ground. Hunter has, like, established, hey, I'm going to be occupying the air. I'm going for a lot of falling neutrally and a lot of falling downers. And it's working quite well.
Beautiful stuff from Blue so far, playing extremely effectively here. Hunter trying to get that edge guard. He will find the sidelight, no follow-up though.
Oh yeah, but neutrally, okay, just backs off to the ground, gonna be finding that Sig, picking up the Lance as well. Yo, Hunter's playing, like, kinda clean.
Hunter is playing extremely clean right now, keeping it very, very even so far. Now on this Lance, we could be getting a kill at any moment. There's the neutral signature, of course, staple signature of the Lance kit from Orion. There it is.
But he sat there, he just turned back, he turned forward, and did absolutely nothing, and then caught that high recovery with that N-Sig. But Blue gonna be able to find that spike, is gonna be able to take out that stock without taking more damage, and actually just sticks to the bow. Lets Hunter pick up that Lance, looking for that downer, super important for... Oh yeah, absolutely.
Dashing forward to grab that dodge out. It's just like, it's not a big read per se, but Blue is one of those players that, like, he will not forget your dodges, dude. Like, you've gotta mix that up all the time. Hunter forgets one at a time, that's a read. He's not missing that.
Oh, and Hunter just not really committing to anything, goes for that side air, but by that time Blue had already landed, was already able to pick up that sword, comes in with that aggressive side sig. Good dodge from Blue, just able to avoid that. Hunter went for another mid-range weapon toss. It worked out last time, still makes it back onto the stage. And is this going to be the downer? Not quite.
Easy could have been massive finding an early KO here, but not really early, finding a KO at all. Just Hunter, he needs to get that kind of advantage now, because I feel like the even game, the long game, Blue on a Koji, that's a game that he has played 1,000 to 10,000 times. Hunter, you know, maybe a little bit more susceptible to nervous here as well, going up against Blue. I feel like he needs to get a pop-off.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, just... what was that? What was that? Hunter's movement is so silly. Sometimes Hunter just stops moving and then just starts, like, jittering in front of Blue. And it has worked out a couple of times, but unfortunately doesn't actually find the, I think that was the N-Sync, or just, like, the N-Strong. And I'm curious if Hunter had intended to just, like, jump and go for the recovery. But it does not matter. Still able to get that stock off. Okay, gonna be sticking to the Lance here as Blue comes back onto the stage.
Hunter, of course, very damaged right now. Blue with the Nair as well. Anything could have been the knockout right there. This is what I've been saying. This is the long game. Blue is not going to mess up here. I have the feeling that D-Sig will probably be the knockout as well. And there it is. Blue taking the first game. But as we mentioned all throughout the game, Hunter has been looking super, super strong. And I feel like the element of surprise, I mean, both you and me, Hunter had us confused a lot of times. You know, it would be safe to bet or guess that Blue was also confused and surprised by Hunter here. He's looking extremely fresh, he's staying unpredictable, and if he's keeping that up at a high level caliber gameplay, he's going to be a very, very lethal force, and he's swapping to Val now as well.
Oh yeah, interesting. So going into the Val here, I don't know, this is the first time I'm really getting a chance to sit down and commentate some of Hunter's gameplay. Or at least in a while, and I've got to say, Hunter's movement is, like, really unconventional, right? There's definitely, like, a second that you need to adjust, where Hunter just moves, and then just completely stops, looks at you, just, you know, pressing left and right in your face, and then just kind of explodes out of nowhere, right? Looking for that downlight, though, doesn't actually find it, but Hunter is just playing neutral so well.
Massive dare off the side as well. Hunter looking extremely solid so far on the sword. I'm really liking this switch up. Of course, legend swaps are of course familiar in esports, but going for like a complete swap after game 1, where you're changing both of your weapons, Hunter has to have a lot of confidence in this pick, because I feel like you don't really see that often.
And I actually think it's an excellent idea. It seems to be working out quite well. And Hunter keeps on going through those same things, just like waits. Almost got that KO confirm onto Blue. Didn't find it quite yet. Looking for that down air. Little neutralite to be able to send Blue off stage. Sword in hand, and not able to catch that landing as Blue mixes Hunter up. But classic GC downlight into recovery. Hunter has a gentle, delicate lead.
Very, very delicate indeed, but he's on those gauntlets, and I mean, Blue might be extremely healthy, but if the opponent is on gauntlets, your stock is delicate. Like, you could be losing that at any moment. Blue, though, not really going to be a massive problem. He's going to get a very effective KO with the ground pound off the right side with that bow. Now, with that sword, sorry. Now onto the bow. Blue is still looking so solid.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But then leans in a little bit too much off stage, comes back on with the recovery. Nice juggles, just good damage. But Hunter fights his way back down, but not for long. Oh my goodness.
Side sig as well. And this right here, ladies and gentlemen, this is what a ton of tournament experience does to a player. This is not a battle of who has the biggest pop-offs. This is a battle of who is making the fewest amount of minor mistakes. And Blue is so consistent, it's not even funny.
Oh my goodness. That was beautiful though. The follow-up from Hunter was optimal. Still brought it back from that like deficit into an even stock count. That has a bit of damage to make up, and left weaponless. This can be a bit of challenging. Neutraler as a nice get-off-me tool. Gauntlets in hand yet again. You already know what gauntlets are capable of, Polly.
Oh yeah, 100%. Blue on this bow though, still already in the damage lead, and he is just building upon it more and more and more. Hunter is having a very hard time bursting the bubble, the neutral bubble that Blue is in, but whenever he does so, that's big damage, and Hunter is getting close to a KO now. He's been knocked off stage though, Blue could confirm here.
Oh, Hunter dodged in and then still was able to get back onto the stage, had the KO confirmed ready, was able to get that stock off. Hunter just kind of pulled that one right from under Blue.
That was such a good game, and I feel like these players are so eager to fight. There's no pause in between the games. We're just going straight into it, no waiting whatsoever. Hunter is looking vicious right now, Dara, and Blue is trying to defend his position.
Yeah, Hunter kept making it back onto stage like from disadvantage. Blue wasn't able to like really lock down the stage as much as he was able to previously. We are now into game number 3. Hunter immediate whiff punish, immediate gauntlet pickup, and now big damage incoming for sure.
Massive damage for sure. Blue keeping it off the right side for a very long time there. Still, damage is fairly even up though. Hunter on those gauntlets though, already looking for some of these reads, of course, that were looking extremely effective last time around. This is looking like it's going to be an even game by the looks of things so far.
Yeah, it's looking super even right now. Hunter, though, occupying the stage, goes for those GC downlights, tries to get something huge there. I love the attempt, but okay, picks it up that time, tries to go for the double pickup again. We saw Hunter do it before. Blue that time was just able to get out of the situation.
Nice DZ coming out from Blue, keeping Hunter on their toes right now. Super close to first stock. Both players just looking for this first KO.
Oh, yeah. Okay, looking for that neutralite there. Not going to be able to find it quite yet. Just dodging just in case Blue ended up mashing out of disadvantage. And that's Hunter now taking a stock lead. With that recovery, Hunter is playing so good.
He's playing extremely good indeed. Now still on these gauntlets, but Blue is going to be able to find that D-Light Sarah to be able to even out the stocks. Again, extremely even game. I feel we both sound like broken records right now, but this is just so far a lot of the same that we saw last game. We saw the game before that. Both of these players, again, it's a battle of who is making the fewest amounts of mistakes, not a battle of who has the biggest pop-offs.
That's right. And oh, Hunter though, gonna be missing that sidelight, and Blue keeps on going through the same leads with like charging up that Sig. It worked once when Hunter ended up dodging in, but those are really like 2 consecutive times that Blue had gone through that same exact lead and it didn't connect, and Hunter was able to find a punish out of it. So I feel like Blue just might want to like switch up what he is covering in that moment.
Both players trying to find these openers. Extremely patient neutral game here. Classic sword gameplay. Trying to find these opening attacks. Blue now onto the bow. This is dangerous for Hunter. Blue has been looking very good at finding those KOs, but the weapon throw, very unfortunate mistake by Blue there.
Oh yeah. Okay, Blue just gonna be holding onto that sword, really nice and patient here. Gonna be trying to come back in with that side, is able to do so successfully. Hunter, nice weapon toss, but a little bit too far back. Blue was able to react to it, Blue was able to dodge it, and now Hunter just barely picking up a weapon again. Blue dodging out, not gonna be able to find exactly what he was looking for, but that's gonna be the confirm. And I'm surprised that the weapon toss didn't connect. That was, I felt like that would've.
Oh, and the Nair isn't going to knock out either. This is a very delicate lead as always. So close. Both of these players, I mean, we are 1-1 right now on the set, and it feels like the amount of gameplay we've gotten from these guys is like an entire best out of 5. It's so neck and neck, Dara.
Absolutely. I'm surprised how close this is. We talked about this, Polly. We talked about the 4 months since BCX, since an official tournament. We don't really know how to see people. We don't know who leveled up. And it looks like Hunter has definitely leveled up right now. Coming back in with that side. Oh my god, tries to go for those double pickups again and again. Blue has avoided them. And this is looking good for Hunter, I've got to say.
And I also feel like one of the most impressive things so far is that Hunter is beating Blue at his own game. They are playing very similarly, and the side sig is massive. That's going to be 2-1 on the set. Hunter winning it over Blue.
That was beautiful. What I really liked actually was a lot of the creativity on behalf of like Hunter's advantage state at the end. The efficiency to like get like that weapon toss, pick up another weapon, and then still just be able to cover space uniquely. That last situation felt suffocating for Blue. It was like you were locked into like the nastiest CQC situation possible. Hunter came out on top, and all of a sudden, Hunter is up 2-1.
Up 2-1 indeed, and Blue now swapping over to the Kaya. So far not working out that great. I mean, that's not really because of the weapons, because of the legend swap though. That's just because Hunter is popping off, but Blue with a wonderful counter response here.
Yeah, just solid, consistent damage, good bow combos. Now with the Spirit on hand, Blue looking for that neutral light, just keeps on whiffing those, and Hunter finally finds a very slight punish. I've got to say, Hunter is looking good. Blue is slowing down a lot of his gameplay, just looking for safe pokes in neutral, and yeah, this is so even until it isn't, as Blue gets that stock off.
Now, still, the start of the game was looking very, very advantageous for Hunter. Blue coming out on top here, very interesting development. He's using the signatures very well to his advantage as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, just has to stall and delay his landing. Good anti-air from Blue again and again. These juggles with the bow. Blue looking really solid on the spacing, on the timing, on everything. Wow.
The side sig as well. Giving Hunter a very hard time right now, Dara.
Yeah, neutrally just to get him off of him. I like the way that Blue also like faked out that weapon grab. And okay, Hunter tossed out that weapon, goes for the GC downlight. It is a bit of a mistake though. Committed a little bit too much off stage, now left weaponless. Looking for like a dash-in downlight. Okay, picks up the gauntlets though. This isn't looking so good for Hunter.
Definitely not looking so good for Hunter. He does have the sword in hand though. It could have been a swift KO, but Blue is still keeping this up.
Okay, and tried to catch that recovery. Blue still able to come back onto the stage. Hunter thought that, hey, maybe I'm going to be able to outspace you here, and that was not the case at all. Downlight into recovery, classic stuff there. And now the question is, what does Hunter have? Is this doable to be able to make a bit of a comeback and stop this from going to a game 5?
I mean, it is doable, not because of him being one stock down. Of course, that's a very bad situation for him. But he has a game up. Like, Hunter can afford to go down here.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh my gosh, these ground pounds. Blue not going to be able to make it back, and just barely Hunter almost found that finishing blow at the end. Blue pretty happy, pretty relieved that he doesn't have to be knocked down to the last stock. Good dodge. Hunter wasted that weapon toss again and again, but nice solid punish on just whiffing that sig.
Blue looking so confident right now, using all of his options incredibly well, swapping over to that bow as well. Beautiful Sarah to knock him away, and that should be the KO. Oh, but not quite.
Okay. Hunter just trying to dash in, dash out, look for anything at this point, but Blue's just playing defensively. Blue is playing a little bit back, and finally that is going to be it. Blue taking this to a game 5, just saying, hey, I know my PR placement, I know my seed. Just played really patient, played really, really solid, and I just feel like a lot of Hunter's weapon tosses kind of, you know, worked against him.
Oh yeah, 100%. But yeah, first game 5 of the night even. And of course, Blue looking extremely solid in that last game, but Hunter now swapping over to the Asuri. We have a little bit of a mix-up.
Oh yeah, for sure. So going into game number 5, into the Asuri. So interesting stuff to go through the guitars. Man, how do you feel about the slight buff to the guitar side light? It is so good, man. You just get to improve your burst range a little tiny bit. I'm curious to see if Hunter is going to be able to exploit that.
100%. Trying to catch the landing there, doing so very effectively. Looking for any kind of read potentially.
Okay. Tries to come back down here, goes for that side light, whiffs it slightly, but doesn't eat too big of a punish for it. Just being really patient here. Both of them, nobody like wants to commit to anything too heavily. Okay, just dashing in, dashing out. Blue gonna be going off stage for a ground pound. Not gonna be able to find it though. But again, dashing off with a lot of these SIGs. Hunter gonna be looking for maybe a ground pound of his own, but is a bit unsuccessful in doing so. That's gonna be the side A to put Blue off stage to take stage control. Tosses out the bow. Hunter all out of options, but Blue left with no weapon, wasn't able to finish up that edge guard.
Keeping it super even so far. Hunter committing for a massive ground pound. Blue quickly punishing with that spear D-Sig. Still, I feel like this is a lot more even than last time around though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But Hunter still has like that same issue of like, how do you actually close? How do you do this? Whiffing those side SIGs, a little bit too antsy, maybe a little bit too hungry for it, but able to get that stage spike and the weapon toss as well. Blue pixels away from touching the wall, almost made it back onto the stage as Hunter efficiently cleaned up that stock.
100%. Now going over to the Qatars. This is Hunter's time to shine. I am just waiting for a pop-off moment to come out from Hunter here. It could be coming at any moment. Blue, D-Light, Sair tries to follow it up with the ground pound. Still super even gameplay as always. Hunter with the big string, evening it out as well.
Oh yeah, whiffing those SIGs yet again gives Hunter a huge opening, commits too much to the recovery. Blue gonna be knocking Hunter off stage though. Tries to dash in, find that neutral light, but doesn't find it.
GCD like could have been the KO confirmed finally for Hunter if he was able to catch all of those options off guard. Still, I feel like Blue is just always like a percent, 0.1%, winning just 1% more neutral encounters than Hunter, and it's always putting him at an edge here. This is looking difficult for Hunter.
Oh, absolutely, and dodging in like that was so aggressive. Luckily, he wasn't really exploited for it at all, but Blue's just getting a lot of safe pokes. Especially with that spear right now. But Hunter, good punish on that recovery. This could be the stock, and it will be the stock.
Extremely small disadvantage here in terms of the health, but he does have that weapon advantage. He is going to be able to even out that with a sidelight there real quick. Blue now on this bow. His side lights are so dangerous. You need to watch out for them, Hunter.
Oh, absolutely. But Hunter just dash jumping and looking for a side light of his own. Doesn't actually find it, but right now just looking so threatening. Not really pressing anything, not really committing to anything, and just switching off to the sword for just, you know, good solid spacing.
D-Light there coming out. Blue countering it with that Sair. Still extremely even. As always, the 257th time this is set that the health advantage, there's been no health advantage to either party. Blue starting to look for a KO here. He wants to find the finishing blow. He wants to end this now.
Oh, absolutely. But Hunter tossing out that weapon, goes back onto the Katars, nice and patient, coming back onto the stage, finds a Nutrilite, waits out that dodge, but wasn't able to find the downlight. Doesn't find that downlight either. Whiffing so much, now has to find a way to be able to land, and Blue almost had that jump call
And
out.
there it is.
But there it is.
Jesus Christ, what a set. Blue is going to be coming out on top, 3-2 on the board. Hunter with an extremely good effort though. Every single game was so neck and neck. I feel like when you think of a game of 5, even a game, and like it doesn't get like better than this.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was an exciting set too. A little bit of a heartbreaker for all of the Hunter fans back home. Almost made an excellent upset, but Blue kept on with his seed. And I've got to say, I really like the note that you made specifically about like Hunter is like losing 1% of